A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Balaj. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 7-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Kalen Balaj, his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 49-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Stepping up, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. 25-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now a dump off here complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
At the 17-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Bears nothing.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On the ground. It's Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any point.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
They'll try and throw for it. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds, shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Then he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 34 yards there and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 11-yard line.
His pass caught at the 4. And the Vikings are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for the Viking touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score in the final play of the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Not much there, only a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They run Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And oh, he coughed it up. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. On the return is Cohen. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step,